I'm going to start out, I'm going to show you the BumFuzzleBoutique site. So here she is, Knoxville, Tennessee. Love to see that. Here are some of her items. Love the bees. She has a junk journal bee thing that I was going to do. All right, so here's the Valentine's Day gnomes, which is what I purchased. She also has these St. Patrick's Day gnomes, which I was thinking, oh, I'd love to use those, but I have no St. Patrick's Day paper. She also has that St. Patrick's Day, but she also has St. Patrick's Day paper. Just show you a couple more. Love all that. I know I touch it, it pulls up this thing. Let me see if I can show you that paper. Digital paper holiday. Let's try that. Oh, there it is. There's the St. Patrick's Day. Oh, I didn't realize there were two. Well, fabulous. Now I don't know which one I'm going to use. Love the Easter as well. I did not use that. But anyhow, lots of cute things. The fussy cuts is what she's really good at. I'll take you through a couple more. The butterflies are pretty. So if you're looking for just some little pieces of ephemera to match some paper you might have in your collection that you don't have any ephemera with, this is the way to go. The quality is really, look at this Halloween. The quality is really fabulous. I used the Christmas. But anyhow, so I already purchased it. Let's go to my purchases. I've already uploaded it, but I'm going to show you. So here it is. There's my purchase. Yes, I bought some soup for my sick kid to send. Download files. So that's all you need to do. So it tells you I already downloaded it, but let's just do it again. So just hit download. And you see it's thinking. It's going to go into my download bin. And then from there, it's going to be saved. So that's what it looks like. There's 3 pages to this. So let's go to, let me show you what happens once I download it. Okay, so here is my Cricut screen. I'm going to hit new project, and then I'm going to upload. Now I've already uploaded them. You'll see them in my file, but let's just pretend I didn't. Browse. Let's just do that one. Wow, that's a large image. It may take a moment. Oh, but it wasn't so bad. So we'll hit continue. They just want to make sure that's the right one. Okay, so it's now on this page, and we do want to remove this white part. If we didn't remove it, it's going to print out just as a rectangle and not fussy cut them. So to do that, it's already in that background remover mode, and I'm just going to click on here in the center on the white part, and you can see that changed into all the checkerboard. Let me go in a little closer so you can see. Let's go up a little. Okay, so you can see that gray is where it's going to fussy cut it out. So now here, that means it's not going to fussy cut around this area. If you wanted to, you could, but I don't want to. And the way you could is, let's see what happens if I click there. See, it'll fussy cut around there. If you wanted to fussy cut in the wheels, you could have it do that. I'm not that picky about it. Let me go back a little bit. So I'm not that picky about it. A couple more. There we go. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Now, I'm doing the whole sheet of them. I'm going to show you how we do smaller ones. All right, I'm going to hit apply and continue. I don't want any of that. I'm not going to wait for it. I just want the flat graphic. Continue. I'm not going to save this or do anything like that. Just go upload. And here it's telling me it's going to be a large image because when you use Silhouette, it goes in at the right size. When you use Cricut, it puts it in at like 2 feet by 3 feet or some ridiculous amount. So anyhow, we're going to wait for it to do that. I'm going to fast forward and let it upload. Okay, yay. So see, it tells it it's 15 inches by 21.827, but it's got this red flag telling you there is a problem. If you click on that, it says the image is too large. No kidding. So we can auto resize it, although it says the maximum size is 6.72. Let's see what happens if we, yeah, that's what it resizes to. But I want to go a little bit smaller than this. So I'm going to do 6.4. And then since it's locked, it's going to do whatever the corresponding number is. So 6.4 by almost 9. So it is going to print out individual ones. But I want to do something different with this. Let us, all right, select all. I'm going to offset. So see how it offsets all of these, but it's pretty large because it's at 1/4 of an inch. We're going to go way down. And there we go. Sorry, I'll move this out of the way in a second. So you can go a little bit bigger, but I don't want them to touch each other. See how this, it won't cut it out individually. I'm going to go 0.5, see if we're good there. No, not good. So 0.4. 0.3. 0.25. Oh, 0.025, sorry. Well, it looks like it's touching here, but we could just cut that. And then I'm going to keep it rounded because I want it round around the corners. See what happens? It doesn't do much, but I'm going to keep it rounded. Okay, apply. So now you're going to get a black, I mean, it says it's going to be black. It's going to print out. I don't want it to print out. Let me move this out of the way. So this, I don't want it to print. I want it to just cut. So it says it's going to cut it on gray paper. It's whatever color you put on there. So now let's tell it to make and see what we get. I don't want to save it. It's going to show us the mats that it's going to be. All right, so first there's one that's a print and cut. And then there's this on a basic cut. Material size on that is 8.5 by 11. It looks like it wants to be 12 by 12, but I'll deal with that in a little bit. All right, let's do the print and cut. So I'm going to continue. Oh, I don't have my machine turned on. It's thinking it'll connect. In the meantime, I'm gonna, yeah, you hear it turning on. Send it to the printer. All right, here's a couple of things we need to do. So that's my printer. I've had it for a little while, so I am no expert in this. It's a good one. The reason I got this one is because it will cut onto 110 weight cardstock. I wanted to make sure it cuts onto heavyweight cardstock. Some people say some of their printers will only print onto paper. It doesn't have that many settings to get a really good print, but you judge for yourself. I'll show you. I'm going to add the bleed. So the bleed is just an extra little color around it. You could see it's going to be a gray bleed. It just cuts a little, it prints with a little extra around it. Do the system dialog because that way you can tell it exactly how you want to print. But the thing is you have to remember that you've done that. So I hit print and it'll hit this preparing to print for a while. This is the first time it ever happened that my system dialog popped up. So it says it shows you it's printing in color. It's not. I have to turn it off, turn it on. I don't want double-sided. I do want US letter. I do want fine, but I want to change my paper. I don't want it to auto-select. I'm doing specialty paper, matte, and best. There are other printers that have a lot more settings as far as this is concerned, but it will do okay for me. So I'm going to go ahead and print that, and then I'll show you what we get. Okay, this is what I just printed out. So it's got the registration marks to line it up. Cricut has this new thing. There's a little arrow to make sure you know which direction it goes in. But isn't it a nice copy? This was using one paper. This is using regular copy paper. Can you see the difference in the vibrance of it? I mean, this just absorbs it. What it is this has sort of a chalk-like finish that absorbs the color a little better. Let me move this out of the way so I don't print it. I printed it on that paper by mistake. This is this koala paper. I'll put a link in my description box. So this is just a little heavier than normal. It's 32-pound weight. Get 110 sheets. So I might get a little bit thicker next time. Another paper that I've used that is really good is this Epson matte presentation paper. It's really, really good. It's just one-sided though, and it's extremely expensive. So I only use that for special things. For most everyday things, I use this. So I'm going to grab my mat. I bought some new Cricut mats, but they're so sticky that I can't use them. I'm going to just take my little plastic piece and put it on top, and take my little burnishing tool and just make sure it's stuck down, because the stick is almost gone from this mat, but it'll work okay for this. Alrighty, I hit copy paper. I think it says 32. I'm also going to do default pressure a little bit more, and then I am going to tell it to print. And I'm going to fast forward through this. It's first of all going to read the registration marks, and then it's going to go ahead and print through it. And like I said, I'll just fast forward through this, and by the time it's done, we'll connect back. Alrighty, let me first check, make sure it's going to come up right. Okay, it's good. Because you know, if it doesn't cut all the way, don't take it out. You just hit that C again, and it'll cut. But it came out okay. Let me close this for a second, just to give me some room. Carefully remove the excess paper. And then, so you're supposed to bend the sheet, not your thing. Look at how cute he is. So let me take all these off. So this is the one that we had the option of cutting all there. I think that came out cute. And isn't that adorable? These are going to be so cute in my project. So go ahead and do that. See, this is how it's designed. There's a little bit of white around it. Suppose you could probably take that out by clicking on it, but I like having the outline around it. I think it makes it easier. And then I'll show you the next part of this is we're going to do pink background for them. So I'm going to take some pink cardstock. I'll make sure that's on here real good. Alrighty. This out of the way. These goes out of the way. Open this up again. And then I'm going back to my Cricut. So here we are. Base material set to copy paper. I want to change that because I want to put in medium cardstock. It really isn't 80, it's 65. Pressure, I'm just going to do a little more. I think my blade is a little old. So it's just going to be a basic cut. I'm going to go ahead and put on the recording and show you it cutting. Okay, so here we are back at the machine. Put that on. Okay, obviously I had technical difficulties, but let me show you what we have. Let's close this up, turn it off, take out a couple that are good. And of course you could do this in any color. It doesn't have to be pink. Let's see if I can find that fun guy with the wheelbarrow. There we go. So you see, if I did, that's 0.25. If I did a little bigger, you would have a little bigger border around it. So cute, huh? I probably would have done red. Next time I'll do it in red. Let me show you one more thing on the Cricut before we are done. I'm gonna delete these guys and we're back to these. All right, so let's say we didn't want to do all of these. We just wanted to do this one, wanted it bigger. I'm gonna grab a shape. I'm gonna grab a free shape. We'll take a square, and which is my favorite? I mean, they're all pretty cute. So I'm gonna take this shape, this square. I'm gonna make sure that I can move it, unlock it so the size, it's not going to stay a square. It could be a rectangle. And then go like this. And then I'm going to grab this one and then the gnome. So I'll grab those two. So you see the gnome is highlighted, or all of them, and that rectangle is highlighted. And then click slice. I'm going to move this out of the way, delete it. Move this out of the way, delete it. And then move this. So I can take all of this and just print this. So you could do that with all of those, and you can now resize it. So let's have him, he's 7.5 inches tall almost. We could do an offset. And then he could, whoops, I meant to offset it. And then he could be on the cover of our little album. Apply. I don't want to print cut. I want to just cut that out. But let's not cut it out in gray. Let's cut that one out in red. And then let's do it again. Offset. Apply. And then we have a black outline. So you can do a couple of different outlines if you want to. I'm not going to go ahead and print it out, but you can imagine it's going to look just like that when you print it out. I don't want, let's do pink. So there we go. So we'll have him. It's got that white, almost light gray around him. Then we'll have a separate piece that's red, and then a separate piece that's pink, or whatever colors you want. And he can go on the cover or on a card or whatever you want to do. So anyhow, I wanted to show you that. That is what I have to show you using digital images, specifically the BumFuzzleBoutique's St. Patrick's Day gnomes. I hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial. Thanks so much for watching, and have a fabulous day.